We're back on the air. This is Radio Entrepreneurs. Again, my name is Jeffrey Davis. And, I'm going to say this compliment totally unqualified. And before I do, I just want to say before the compliment, I want to remind everybody that my co-host today is Mark Z from Mark Z Legal Staffing. Thank you, Mark, for joining me. It's not work when you're around, Mark.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Great. This next person, I was on a panel last month. I've been on panels for, 37 years. Without a doubt, the best moderator I've ever met in my life. He wasn't. I don't think he was trained in moderation. He didn't go to any of those facilitator schools, consultant schools, an attorney. He was the best moderator I've ever seen. Best questions, best listening I've ever seen. And I'm not exaggerating at all. I am totally impressed. I'm talking about, not you. Oh, somebody else. No, John Cohan of McLane Middleton. Welcome, John.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Good. And the compliment's sincere.
Absolutely.
So why don't you first tell us about your practice?
Sure. So I'm a corporate attorney at McLane Middleton, as you know. My specialty really kind of runs the gamut of corporate, but some of the verticals that I practice in are M&A. So I do quite a bit of mergers and acquisition type work. I also do a lot in private equity, venture capital, bank financing, and then quite a bit of technical licensing, since I have my undergrad is electrical engineering. So I try to use that to the extent that I can. And that comes in very handy. So if I were to sum it up, it's really it's M&A and then corporate finance in addition to that. So there's a nice parlay as between those two practices, those two types of practices. In a
particular vertical more than any other?
Yeah, probably more. Lately, over the last probably 24 months, I've been really concentrating in the med device and life sciences area.
Which is a great place to be in Boston. Well-funded.
Exactly.
And
it's well-funded.
It's
very popular.
New.
Exactly. I mean, with the universities and the hospitals in the area, this is the place to be. And it's a thriving and really growing market. With a lot of innovation that I'm seeing over the last, 12 to 18 months, it's really kind of exploded. And I have probably more than a couple clients in that area.
Excellent.
Yeah, that are really, they're really expounding on the technology. They're working with hospitals and providers and trying to get some of their technology in to some of the users, and it's an exciting time to be doing that.
Are you getting most of your clients through VCs?
Well, it's funny. I'm really getting most of my clients through. It's not only the VCs, but it's through the banks.
Right.
The banks really need. The borrowers show up at the bank, and a lot of times they need counsel, not only for that transaction, but just in general.
Right.
So what I like to do is classify myself or characterize myself as the special transactions guy, but also the ability to do the general counsel in between those transactions.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did you get involved, like as you said, in the last 24 months, which is very entrepreneurial of you, to be able to move from general corporate, which you can do, but to really understand the IP, as you said, you have that technology background, and really get involved heavily into the healthcare?
Well, it's funny. It's really like everything else. It's client-driven, right? So I have probably a handful of clients that are in that particular space. And so, by default, I've been able to move into that space. And, with my technical background and my ability to understand the technology, right, it's helpful because a lot of my clients are either some sort of technical background. They're either engineers, scientists of some sort, and you gain an instant credibility if you have the same or if a similar background to them.
If somebody wants to find you, how would they connect with you?
That's 978-621-2363 is the cell. And then email is john.cohan, COHAN, @McLane, MCLANE.com.